Welcome to the post-show debrief. Thanks for being with us. I guess we should all be pleased that we're talking about how much the budget will be cut over the next several years. We've got to give great credit to the Republican leadership, Speaker John Boehner, Budget Committee Chairman Paul Ryan, coming forward with a bold and I think politically daring plan. We're talking about cutting another $4 trillion out of the federal budget, taking this country's future budgets back to 2008 spending levels, taking on the issue of Medicare entitlements and Medicaid. This is a courageous installment on the part of the Republicans, and everyone's been waiting for this to come forward. I personally thought we'd be disappointed. I'm actually excited by this first effort, and it's going and it's changed the language in Washington. Now it's about how much we're going to cut. It's not about whether or not we're going to cut. It's about becoming responsible with our federal budget rather than seeing how much more we can get away with. It's going to be very difficult for the left of the Democratic Party to demagogue this issue, to talk about about children who won't be able to eat, the Social Security recipients who won't get their checks. That's just pure bull. This plan, fear politics, will not work this time around, because this budget focuses on intelligent reductions and smart reductions in the federal budget beginning in the out years. Right now, for example, no one under Social Security over the age of 55 is going to be affected by any of the changes in this budget. That's smart politics on the part of the Republican leadership and Committee Chairman Paul Ryan. And there's no question, this is political courage at work right down Washington, D.C. So I've got to give a tip of my hat to them. It's going to be interesting to see how President Obama plays this. First, the issue of whether or not we're going to have a continuing resolution that will bridge another week or 2 weeks for this irresponsible Democratic Party that refused to pass a budget last year when they controlled both houses and the White House. And now this president had the audacity to say he was going to manage this thing 24/7 until they got a resolution on the 2011 budget. Can you imagine he did that with a straight face? Well, if you imagined it, you're right, he did. So I personally think they're afraid to have a shutdown of this government, because at that point, as I've said on the air today, without shutting down the federal government, all of us are going to find out how little government does for us. And that's got to scare both Republicans and Democrats. We thank you for being with us on the post-show debrief. Join me on Lou Dobbs tonight, Fox Business, 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. See you next on the radio.